person who doesn't like what Ashford's doing, and that's Local Government Minister Eric Pickles. He thinks every council should have a general rubbish collection once a week.
It was one of his pronouncements in the so-called Bin Bible, advice to councils on how to collect the rubbish. Brandon Lewis explains his boss's thinking.
What we want to see people getting back to that core thing that council's there for. Secretary of State Eric Pickles is very clear, and I think it's absolutely right. When we pay our council tax, we want good local services, and what are the key things we want to see? We want our rubbish collected and our streets kept clean. And I think having our rubbish collected weekly and having that waste not hanging around on the streets, not stuck in our gardens, not fly tipping in some areas, having a weekly collection is a really important part of what we pay our council tax for.
Are you saying they're not doing the right thing?
Well, we're not necessarily got it wrong, it's just it's not the only way to do it. And I would argue that if they've made the recycling easy, encourage people to do it, they could look at going back to a weekly waste collection as well as the recycling and maybe still keep those figures up.
And in Seaford, near Lewes, that's how they're still doing things. Weekly bin collections are one of the ways, along with recycling, that they keep the town ship-shape. Lewes District Council was picked out for special praise in the Bin Bible and awarded £2 million towards revamping its waste collection service. Lewes is also very keen on recycling. The recyclables are collected at the curbside every fortnight by eco-friendly electric vehicles. But it does need the cooperation of local people like Carol Williamson, who lives in Seaford. First they have to sign up to the service, and then they have to do some sorting.
In Seaford, we put paper in here, we put glass bottles in here, cardboard goes in here, and plastic bottles, cans, tin foil go here. Finally, we have food waste, which goes in a small container, which when it's full up is put into the large one which is left outside the house.
Despite the efforts of people like Carol, so far Lewes doesn't have great recycling rates. According to the latest government figures, it recycles only about a quarter of its waste, when the target is twice that. But Cllr Paul Franklin says the figures are misleading.
Do we tick all the boxes or do we save the planet? I mean, that's quite an easy decision. Lewes District has the lowest waste per head in the country. We have a huge amount of extra promotions that aren't even included in our figures, where the incentives to the people for furniture now, different community groups to save things, reuse, recycle. It's a much more complex issue rather than just having a few straightforward figures.
Both Ashford and Lewes have introduced a new food waste recycling service. How important does Adam Reed think that is for improving overall recycling?
Fundamental to effective waste management, fundamental to quality of life, because it is the food waste that attracts the vermin. So if you could put in place a food waste collection scheme, you will take something like 25 to 30% of your rubbish bin and you'll put it to good use.
In Lewes, they offer prizes for residents joining in with the food waste collection, cash of up to £100 or a computer tablet. The prizes are given out by a recycling ambassador.
Most of them are surprised. You have a New Yorker knocking on your door saying, "You've won a prize for participating in the food waste." They're surprised but pleased.
The government is keen on the Lewes approach. It wants to go with encouragement rather than fines.
We're saying to local authorities, you make it easy for people, encourage people, and show people how easy it can be. Some councils struggle to increase their recycling, but then limit how much you can recycle. Crazy.